I have to say, I'm doing this after a really, really long time. On the Gadget 360 show, we've been doing car tech for a very long time. The inside, the outside, what's amazing about the innovation on the entertainment system, all of that. But we haven't done it for a very, very long time. So what a great start that we're doing it with the brand new Audi Q7. Now, I have a lot of things to talk to you about this car, but that's not the only thing on the show. Of course, we've come out, so we'll do a lot of other things, including a fantastic, one of the best noise cancellation headsets I've ever tried. This is the JBL, the Harman Tour One. Then we'll move on to some very, very unique stuff from Xiaomi. A heater, small, compact little thing. And then we'll show you a piece of furniture that plays your music. So all very unusual, all awesome stuff happening. Let's get started with today's show.
A new trailer for Gran Turismo 7 came out, giving us some fresh details about the game and how it will work. The game will have 400 cars at launch, 34 racing areas and 90 different track layouts. It will support a frame rate mode for 60 FPS and a rate racing mode which caps the frame rate to 30 FPS, specifically on the PS5. There are two music-based features in the game, a music replay mode that saves the replay of a race, which uses random shots from the race queued to a particular song. The other feature is where the gamer will be able to simply drive through an easy race while the choice of music goes on in the background. The game will also use the DualSense controller haptics. The vibration will be different for the kind of track the gamer is driving on, and the adaptive triggers will be used to simulate the braking systems, which are unique to every car. The game will be available for purchase on 4th March 2022. Following Microsoft's announcement of the plans for acquiring Activision Blizzard, Sony has announced that they are acquiring Bungie, the game studio that made Halo before it was bought by Microsoft and Destiny for $3.6 billion. The studio will maintain its creative independence, and the games developed by Bungie will still remain available on all platforms where it is currently playable. The future games from Bungie are also not expected to be exclusive to PlayStation, but the ownership of the publisher will be 100% by Sony.
All right, we are now going to get into our top story. And like I said right in the beginning, I haven't done car tech, car innovation inside and out for a long time. Look, I love cars in every which way. I mean, am I a petrol head? Maybe not, because I'm not so much into the CC and the horsepower. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's interesting. But if it looks like this and the tech performs at a whole different level, I am just absolutely the happiest person in the banana cabbage. Now, I have to tell you about the most important thing about this. I'm going to give you a little bit of history behind it because I love history behind cars. So, Audi, the company, of course, now owned by Volkswagen, but started off in the 1930s. It was called Auto Union. Then Volkswagen took over, changed it into Audi, and now that's what the name is. That's how we all know it, right? But the Q7 also has history. 2006 is when the first Q7 came out, their first SUV. Now they have many Q series, much smaller ones also, but this continues to be more or less the flagship. They do have more now, but I think this still continues to be the flagship. So lots of things to talk to you about the car, how it drives, what it feels, lots of new features. Audi really does actually add a lot of things, that entire cockpit feeling when you get inside it, the number of screens that they have, the resolution of the screens is fantastic, the infotainment system itself, Bang & Olufsen 19 speaker system inside this one, lots and lots of very, very cool add-ons. I think Audi does a great job with the tech inside, but it's also all things to do with how the car assists you, from parking assistant to lane assistant. They have their own typical names for all of these things, but a lot of great stuff.
With the developments in tech increasing at a rapid pace, it not only drives the industry of laptops, game stations, tablets and smartphones, but also the industry much older than all of them, the industry of cars. And since a lot of the interesting advances are made by the most premium cars, we are taking a look at all the tech inside the recently launched 2022 Audi Q7. The first and foremost way to find out about the tech inside the car is by having a look at the infotainment system and what it can do. The infotainment of the Audi Q7 consists of two screens and buttons, fewer than what you might expect. The bigger 10.1-inch screen lies at the top and shows the controls of the car, the drive modes and the infotainment system as a whole. The smaller one is right below it, measuring 8.6 inches, responsible for the car's climate control. The screens provide haptic feedback when pressed to replicate the feeling of having pressed a button. As and when the user puts the car in reverse, the infotainment system works together to provide assistance in parking. The driver by default gets an overhead view of the car to see what exactly is around the car, along with the view from the rear parking camera. But the driver can go a step further and switch to a 360-degree view of the car. They can see a 3D render of the car and everything around it to safely park the car with absolute certainty if the situation needs such assistance. But the assistance does not end there. The car can go another step further. It can park itself all on its own. The driver needs to take the car up to a required point near the parking spot. After that, the car requests the driver to take their hands off the wheel and automatically parks itself at the particular parking spot. The car uses the sensors and cameras located around it to perform the entire operation on its own. Apart from assistance in parking, the car also has lane departure warning and steering assist system. The system detects when the car is swerving into another lane and accordingly alerts the user while assisting the steering wheel. As for connectivity, the driver's phone and the car is equipped with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Once connected, the car uses the 19-speaker Bang & Olufsen made sound system for an excellent audio experience. And it is also helped by the fact that the outside noise is barely audible while sitting in the car. Moving to the virtual cockpit, it consists of a screen displaying the speedometer and stats of the car with the option of switchable view modes. Along with the virtual cockpit are also paddle shifts and the knobs and buttons to control the various functions on the car. Right in the middle of the two seats is a storage compartment equipped with a wireless charger for smartphones. Moving to the rear seats, there is a panel for climate control in the middle along with air conditioner vents above it. There are also two additional vents beside the windows as well for effective cooling. With enough legroom for the passengers, the seats also recline, making it even more comfortable. As for entertainment, there are screens on the back of the headrests of both the front seats. Overall, for front and rear seats, there is plenty of room and both compartments feel airy. The huge panoramic roof also helps with it. There is another smart feature for the comfort of the user. As long as the key fob is on the driver, the boot can be easily opened with a simple swipe of a foot under the rear bumper of the car, and the user can follow the same procedure to close it too. And of course, since we are here talking about the car, we might as well tell you what is it like to drive it. And to put it in one word, it is easy. It is smooth and easy to handle. One can also easily lose track of how fast they're going due to the easy acceleration of the car. It can go 0 to 100 in 5.9 seconds and has a top speed of 250 km per hour. What is also easy is going from one place to another, as the driver will be able to cover long distances without ever feeling it. The Audi Q7 is extremely smart with its features and conveniences. The parking assistance is amazing and works like a charm. The user space inside the car is excellent. With the sensor-based boot operation and all of the features we're already aware of, like the adaptive wipers, dynamic indicators, adaptive cruise control, it is easily one of the most convenient cars we can find today. And all of this coupled with the great driving experience, the Q7 comes in at a starting ex-showroom price of 79,99,000.
And from that infotainment and 19 speakers, now let's move on to something else that again is in the audio department, a noise cancellation headphone. Now this is not TWS earbuds because I think we've done enough of those. This comes into that category which is supposed to be the one that really matters, where noise cancellation is a do or die. This is over-the-ear headphones, and at one time there were only two players in this, Bose and Sony. Then Sennheiser came in, they did a great amount of stuff. Now Apple has come in and they also do a great job with it. Now this one is by Harman JBL, it's called Tour One. And I have to tell you, from the unboxing part of it, including the box, the premium luxury starts right there. Beautifully packaged, very nicely produced. When you take them out in your hand, they feel like real luxury. You switch them on and that's where the real magic happens. Absolutely brilliant. Eventually, what does it come down to? The comfort, the noise cancellation itself, and the battery life. All three absolutely stellar. Here's our review.
The premium Bluetooth headphone segment has a few things that need to be on point for a pair of headphones to be truly worth it. With multiple headphones trying to dominate the category, there have been a few that stood out, and Harman, with all their success and experience in headphones, is attempting to assert dominance in this segment with the JBL Tour One adaptive noise cancelling headphones. Let's discuss the few things that are needed in such headphones and see if the Tour Ones have them or not for that dominance to be asserted. The first requirement is a great design. Design that is not only premium and sturdy but also intelligent enough that makes it much more portable than normal headphones. And the Tour Ones come with a tough metal skeleton along with a plastic exterior. The finish is matte and the material is sturdy. There were hardly any scratches or scuffs throughout our usage. The clamping force of the headphones is just perfect. Wearing them over a long period of time is comfortable too, as the weight isn't much. Premium? Check. Sturdy? Check. The ear cups can turn and fold, which makes these headphones easy to pack inside the case that they come with. The case itself is handy with pockets in and around it and hard enough to keep the headphones safe. Portable? Check. Now the second requirement, convenience. In the form of features that make the user's life much easier, and these headphones offer it in abundance. The JBL Tour Ones are controlled by a balance of buttons and a touch-sensitive right ear cup. The volume and noise cancellation modes are controlled by buttons, and the tracks are controlled by single, double and triple taps on the right ear cup. This keeps the controls much simpler than having just buttons or just gestures doing everything. The headphones pair with Android phones through Google Fast Pair, and they can also be used to summon Google Assistant or Alexa through a voice command. The headphones also come with a 2.5mm to 3.5mm cable that can be used in case they're out of battery or if the user wants better sound fidelity. And the user does not need to pause tracks before removing the headphones, as that happens automatically when the headphones are removed. The JBL Headphones app also provides a host of features that make it easier to use the headphones, most notable a fully controlled equalizer for the Tour Ones. The user can also optimize the Bluetooth bandwidth based on their requirements. The headphones can target lower latency while watching videos or higher fidelity for a better experience with music, and convenience is also offered through amazing battery life. These headphones last for 25 hours on a single charge when noise cancellation is enabled, and this is doubled if the user chooses to have the noise cancellation disabled. And now the most important requirement of all, great sound and noise cancellation. In terms of sound, the Tour Ones offer an incredible balance. The highs are comforting, the mids and vocals are pristine, and the bass is just the perfect amount of punchy and deep. Every genre from rock to jazz to pop is pulled off well by these headphones, and the adaptive noise cancellation does an excellent job putting out any low-end noise from outside. As for picking up a sound, the 4 mics on the headphones are great for video and voice calls. Harman's JBL Tour One headphones are one of the most impressive pairs of noise-cancelling headphones that we've tested in a while. They're sturdy and intelligent with their design, incredibly convenient, and all of this while sounding stellar. And at a price of 25,999 rupees, they sure come at a premium, but a premium well worth it. Dominance asserted.
So things really heating up on the show with all that we've reviewed, which means it's a very nice way for me to segue into the next one. This is SmartMi, so Xiaomi basically, and they've come out with a convector heater. Small little thing, weighs about 6 kgs, has a lot of tech built into it, can really heat up your room. Simple technology that it's using out there, does a great job, is actually controllable, has all the smartness that you want. Usually heaters don't have these many features, right? But this one does, and has a lot of very interesting technology built in too. Here's how it works.
Electric heaters have long been the go-to device for every cold winter night. And even when you have depended on them for so long, there was always a need for a big system-wide upgrade. And the SmartMi Smart Convector Heater 1S feels, looks, works, and operates like one. How does it do that? Is the upgrade worthy of its price? Let us find out in the next few minutes. Let's start with the one you get to know about from the get-go, the design. It is small and concise. It weighs 6 kilograms. It's white in color and can easily fit well inside any room. It looks clean and simple and avoids the fillet design. The legs underneath come with rubber grips for keeping the heater in place. And the heater comes tightly sealed enough to have an IPX4 rating for water resistance. It can survive a few average splashes of water. Hence, with size, weight and design in place, The user can easily move the heater anywhere in the house, including the bathroom. Now, the next thing that makes you feel the upgrade is the heat. The 1S works fast. It can increase the temperature of the room in a matter of minutes. It uses high-efficiency aluminium sheets which get hot instantly after electrification. As pointed out by the name, it works through air convection. The cold air gets from the bottom, gets heated up through the heated sheets, and then rides out of the top of the heater. This almost instantaneously heats up the room. And since none of this includes the use of a fan anywhere, there is no noise made. Now, the factor that needed an upgrade, the power consumption. Traditional heaters have always done one thing. They heat up consistently, then hibernate for a few hours till they switch on again to repeat the process. This does result in more power consumption. The 1S does this better. The user has the option of selecting a target temperature between 16 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius on the screen in front of the heater. The heater continues to work till it detects that the current room temperature has reached the temperature selected by the user. Once the target is reached, the 1S goes into low power mode to maintain the set temperature. This results in less power being consumed while the user gets the convenience of the room temperature being what they want it to be precisely. The 1S also adds some great features on top of the upgrades. The heater can be connected to Wi-Fi and can be operated using the Mi Home app. So the user has the option of remotely switching on the heater from their phone just before they arrive home to keep their room warm. And there are plenty of safety features too, like overheating protection, automatic power off in case something goes wrong, and a child lock too. The SmartMi Smart Convector Heater 1S is truly a system-wide upgrade of a traditional heater. It heats faster, works smarter, while enclosed in a small package. And if you have been looking for a new heater, the 1S will be extremely worth it at the price of 14,990 rupees.
Let's take a quick break right now. On the show, when we come back, lots happening on the Gadget 360 show. Now I'm going to play a small little game with all of you. Tell me all the things that I talk about. So how do you charge your phone? You usually use a charger, sometimes a wireless charger. Where do you keep it? Usually on a table. What else do you have around in that? Maybe a Bluetooth speaker or some kind of audio equipment to actually listen to some music. What if I took all the things I just described, all, okay, the charging system, the wireless charging, the speaker and the table, and made it into one device? The Sevenaire SATURN is a piece of furniture. It's also a speaker. It'll also charge things. It's also a power bank. So it does all these things together. But the point is, you can actually converge all these things together, make them really sound very, very interesting. A piece of furniture that actually plays music to you. But is it any good? Well, some of it is good, and we had a few reservations.
Here's a quirky one. The Sevenaire SATURN Bluetooth speaker table. Yes, a Bluetooth speaker and a table. A speaker, a wireless charger, a power bank, all crammed into your average bedside table. Just how in the world does it work? Let us tell you how in the next few minutes. So, the SATURN is designed to fit into any room. It comes with a wooden top with a speaker underneath. The speaker is wrapped entirely in fabric. The front has a few buttons with a soft touch finish. The back has ports, 2 USB-A ports for charging other devices, a 3.5mm headphone jack and a power port. And below the speaker are the legs of the table which can be screwed onto it without any tools. Inside the speaker is a 6600 mAh battery that is charged through the included adapter. This battery enables the user to put the speaker anywhere in the house without the need of a wire dangling out of its back. But the battery lasts for 5 to 6 hours on a single charge So at times you will need to charge your table, as weird as that sounds. The battery is also used for charging other devices through the USB-A ports and the wireless charger on top of the table. The charging ports are stuck at a slow output of 5 watts, so it takes a long time to charge anything with these ports. As for the wireless charger, while it is good to have, it doesn't work well. It is slow and it hardly works if the phone has a case on it. Underneath the charger, the speaker is rated for 88 watts. It produces a 360-degree sound that gets really loud. It can fill up a mid-sized room easily without any distortions, but it lacks a decent amount of bass, so the loud volume does not have proper depth. Hence, the speaker does the job, but it will not please anyone who loves great sound. The Sevenaire SATURN Bluetooth speaker table is definitely a quirky product. It crams many different accessories into one device that looks like any other table that one might have at home. But it is priced at 26,499 rupees. The price is certainly high. The product is a great idea without a doubt, but not worth the price that it is selling for, given all of the flaws it has. Therefore, for everything that the SATURN does, we will not be able to recommend it for the price.
All right, that then was the Gadget 360 show. Just a quick reminder that next week also we have a lot of car tech. We've got the first flying Ferrari as well as the first Porsche that will go all the way to the moon. You know, I am talking about the next show that could be in 10 years also. So I'm just predicting the future. I'm telling you those are the kind of things that we will have on the show very, very soon. For something maybe not that outlandish or futuristic, but still absolutely awesome. Do tune in next week. This is Rajiv Makni signing off for this week.